Alright, so today we're going to be making a little bit of a quick video on if Naruto still has his Six Paths Chakra, because I noticed that a lot of people are actually kind of doubtful of this topic, and there definitely have been some discrepancies. So, but first of all, I wanted to mention a couple of announcements. The person who ended up finding the hidden word in my last Dragon Ball video was JTG. If you want to be mentioned in a future video, just look out for the hidden word. Also, be sure to check out our squad hoodies and let me know what you guys think down below, and let's jump straight into it. Now, first of all, we gotta talk about what Six Paths Sage mode is before we can talk about if he still has it or not, right? So just to kind of briefly go over it, Six Paths Sage mode is a transformation made possible to Naruto through gaining a portion of Hagoromo's chakra, right? Now, his base Six Paths Sage mode looks a little something like this, with an amalgamation of the vertical QB eyes, although he isn't really using QB powers here, and the horizontal Sage mode eyes, right? And note, all this without the pigmentation around the eyes, which would always be visible in Sage mode and KCM2 Sage mode, right? Also, when he combines this with his QB chakra, there are a couple of other notable differences as well, as when he enters the transformation, some Trueseek orbs appear behind him that he gains access to. You know, his hair points up a little bit more. You notice that he has like a black undershirt in comparison to in KCM2, which is only like partially black. Also, it was initially depicted with having his face not change color when he transforms. On top of the visual changes, he also gets ridiculously more powerful, as after gaining this power, he and Sasuke just start taking a dookie on Six Paths Madara with the double Rinnegan. So essentially, he and Sasuke become exponentially more powerful, faster, and have higher sensory capabilities in a very, very short period of time, which was essentially impossible for them to attain previously, right? So literally, Six Paths Senjutsu is basically a super amped Senjutsu form, right? He could also, since Madara's Limbo clones, which were in another plane of reality, I think you get the idea. He's like really powerful. Now, this kind of brings us to current Naruto and whether or not he has Six Paths Chakra still. I would say yes, but first let me cover some of the reasons why some people don't think so. So after his fights with Kaguya and Sasuke, he never uses Trueseek orbs again. His KCM form changes designs multiple times, and it no longer resembles the original Six Paths Sage Mode KCM transformation. His face is no longer the original color, and he doesn't use some abilities again, such as his regeneration that he used on Kakashi's eye, and he doesn't really fly anymore. Now, before I talk about why he most likely does still have it, I kind of wanted to discuss some of these topics, right? First of all, Naruto cannot regenerate Trueseek orbs, or it doesn't seem like he's able to, because during the fights with Kaguya and Sasuke, which we know that he definitely did have Six Paths Chakra, we see him gradually lose them, right? So presumably he just doesn't have any left. If you're curious as to how this happened, I already have a video kind of explaining the Trueseek orbs. Now, the transformation designs themselves changed again and again, but the easiest way to still differentiate between his different transformations is the fact that there's no pigmentation around his eyes when he's using Six Paths power, but there are still the QB slits and the Sage mode slits, right? You know, this is a very crucial piece of evidence, as when he's using just Sage mode or KCM with the Sage mode, you definitely see that he still has the pigmentation around the eyes, right? And even during the fight against Toneri, we do see this exact transformation. We do see KCM with the Sage mode pigmentation around the eyes, but later on, when he's facing more powerful threats, we see that that's no longer there, right? Kind of signifying that that's when he's using his Six Paths Chakra, right? Now, I don't know if he would still have the QB slits now that he lost Kurama, because initially, even in his normal Six Paths transformation, he still had the QB slits. But I would presume that he wouldn't, but he would still, but again, if he were to use it now, he would probably still have the Sage mode slits without the Sage mode pigmentation. That's how you would notice it. And his face not being the normal color is just, again, it's just the design change among many that he's had. I don't think Naruto would be able to regenerate limbs if they were torn off, while Madara, I believe, was able to do so, most likely because they attained it in slightly different ways, so their powers may vary ever so slightly, right? Same thing with Sasuke, he doesn't regenerate his arm. And another thing to note that some people might mention is that when Sasuke loses his Rinnegan, and he gets it stabbed out, Naruto didn't regenerate it. Now, this is because the authors were intending to nerf Naruto and Sasuke, you know, Naruto by getting rid of Kurama, Sasuke by getting rid of his Rinnegan. But if you think about it a little bit more, Sasuke gained the Rinnegan through a different half of Sasuke gained the Rinnegan through a different half of Hagoromo in comparison to Naruto, so I don't even think if he tried he would be able to restore the eye. And as far as flying, this is just blatantly untrue, as he literally flew in the last, and I believe he did in one of the Boruto episodes as well, so he can still fly, which was seemingly a direct result of his Six Paths power. Now, on top of all these reasons, he does become significantly more powerful after the end of Shippuden, as he's casually able to tussle with Otsutsuki's more powerful than Kaguya, which would most likely not be possible if he didn't have any residual Six Paths Chakra, because the jump in power was so vast. Kakashi, for example, after losing his temporary Six Paths Chakra from DMS, yes, it was Six Paths Chakra, he literally mentioned it, it literally became impossible for him to become that powerful again, although he does become way more powerful in his base, right? That remains his all-time max, while Naruto and Sasuke continued to grow more powerful as nothing ever happened, right? And if they lost Six Paths Chakra, then they would have been set back a lot, right? Also, if Naruto lost Six Paths power, then it would only make sense that Sasuke would have lost his as well, but we still see that he has access to his Rinnegan, which was literally a direct result of his Six Paths power, never reverted to like a normal eye like Kakashi's. Now, I think that's everything I have to say off the top of my head. Of course, there's a couple more reasons here and there, but that's just kind of my take on it. If you guys like more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.